Not sure what I was thinking in the last video, because I was going to double or triple this middle part compared to this. Chalk it up to being sick. I don't know if you can hear my stomach making noises. Chalk it up to being sick. Chalk it up to underestimating how far this would stretch, like not stretch, but flow. But I've got 12 more to go. 10 more technically to go until I match the pattern, and then 2 more to go to match how much of this it is in comparison to this to finish the pattern repeat at the beginning. And it already pretty much stretches from this shoulder all the way to this wrist, so I don't want to make it much wider than that in lengthwise, but not width, but lengthwise, because when I add the other skein of this on the other end, it will go from wrist to wrist with just a little bit of extra give, plus, you know, the border and a little bit of tasseling and what I'm adding at the top and the bottom, because this is like almost as long as I want it. I just want to give it a little bit of a, so yeah, we're only going to do one skein of this, matching amount of this, the other skein of that, put a border and a top and a bottom on it in this, and it will be completed, and it will be like walking around with a hug. So I'm going to get back to this. I'll probably film sometime later today after I take a nap when I add this on, because right now this entire thing has taken maybe 8 hours, 8.5 hours. So, you know, if I wasn't sick, it would have already been done like days ago. So, I'll see you then. Okay. Ready to start. I took a picture. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see it. You might even see it on here. Maybe. Finished with the purple, the darker purple. It's about equal. But see, it definitely is long enough. I wanted to go down further, and I want to have a curled back. It's long enough on over my shoulder and this arm. I need to do this arm, hence this. But I like the pattern. Couple things I don't like because I don't chain the same at the beginning of rounds. But the way they have you doing it makes sense and ends up without being a wonky edge that you have to like hide fancily. Woo, taking shoes off. Okay, time to get back to work. I don't remember what time I finished this purple. It was sometime either before I took a nap or after. And I say take a nap because I didn't sleep the night through. I slept a couple hours earlier today, and I've been up. It's only, well, currently, because it's after midnight, it's July 8th. But, have not been feeling well for like 2-3 days now, since like the 5th of July. And I either sleep the clock around when I'm sick, or I can't sleep at all due to insomnia. But I tied this off and I left it loose because I didn't have the patience. Oh, it was before my nap. I didn't have the patience before sleeping to weave my end in like I normally do when I'm weaving in as I go. And this is why I tell people who I gift things to, I do it a little bit differently if I'm selling things, but when I gift things to people, I leave long tails and then I tie knots through stitches. This one just happened to be at the end, and then that's how long of weaving I did to get that back into where I wanted it. So when I tell like friends and family, oh, I gave you this, well, if an end pops out, simply snip it, because it's woven through probably a good couple inches. Finding the center pole of these cakes, I always find difficult. Like, I know there's one in there, and then I just end up pulling out the entire thing. So what I ended up doing in the center was I did the exact same length of the other mandala end piece, and then because I had to do 2 of the purple at the beginning of that to finish the last pattern repeat, I did the first 2 of the pattern repeat in the purple before I tied off on that side. Yes, I do know that there's an easier way to do this than what I'm doing right now. I find this to be the most secure when I'm going to use something I'm going to wear for a long time. Left this much at this end. I will weave that through on my next round of the pattern repeat. So that's the first 2. And kind of like I was saying in the first video, I go back and look at the beginning. So I need 2, 4, 6, I need 8 stitches to start. Okay. So I'm going to get back to stitching. I don't know how much of this I'm going to do tonight. Hoopy and I, excuse me, just finished watching 2 movies. And I am a bit tired. And that's fine. I think I'm going to go ahead, bring that forward to this one so that I can bring it up on the next stitch. And we'll just leave that drop right there. And we'll weave it up through on the next stitch. Or on the next round. I still haven't changed into my pajamas. I'm going to in a few minutes. We had to run to the store today. We had to run to a couple of stores today. So complicated. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, and then I just threaded it up through. I'm not going to break out a tapestry needle just to... And they're right there. There's several right there next to me. I keep a few by the bed at all times. There's several in my craft basket thing. My craft basket organizer thing right on the floor next to me. But I got in this habit a long time ago. Well, several years back. Not even sure what year. And because I'm in this habit, it's really hard for me to just be like, oh, just let me grab a tapestry needle. When literally all I'm doing is making sure that... Okay. whatever side I want the thread to go through. I'm weaving the tail end through the loops on that side of that stitch, so that when I crochet over those loops, it's caught in the stitch. Okay, so I finished the pattern repeat on the other side using the Mayan brand Mandala Ombre. I do not know why it turned out that, because neither of the cakes had been used prior. Now, I did work one from the outside in and one from the inside out, but the first one, that's how much was left. Keep that right there. The second one, this is how much is left. Neither had been done beforehand. My tension is mildly different, but even then it's only different by like maybe a half double crochet width the entire length. So it shouldn't have been that much difference in my opinion. I have been crocheting since I was, which side do I have the ends on? I don't know. Oh, on this side. Okay. I have been crocheting since I was 6-ish years old. But other than approximately 1 year of my life, I've been religiously crocheting since I was 8 on a regular basis, to the point where my mother would hand me her projects that weren't finished. And have me finish them, because I will finish them, because although she can crochet, she just doesn't have the patience to and she always goes for blankets, because she only knows double crochet, chains and double crochets. That's it. That's all my mom knows. And she gets not bored, just to the point where she just can't do it anymore. So I'm going to save, and I did measure everything and counted all the rows, and I'm right. I didn't like skip any repeats or anything. So I'm going to chalk it up to a little bit of tension. It's not noticeable unless you put them right up against each other. But then again, because of the way the pattern repeat goes, it looks different because of where the single crochet rows lie on it, I guess. But it's also actually a height difference, and I'm assuming that's from my tension, but that would not have amounted for that much of a yarn discrepancy. Not sure what happened. That's okay. I'm sure it's an approximate yardage. They weighed it, and the beginning of the interior of this cake versus the interior of the other felt thinner than, I don't know. I don't use Lion Brand cakes that often. I could, but I don't. Anyway, all I'm doing now is bringing this through what currently to me is the front loop. Back and forth, just so it's mostly working in the end, because the knot is very secured at the end. And before I start my actual pattern on the border, 2 more, just because I know I have room. Hello, ma'am. Thank you. I'm going to go just around the entire perimeter of this with a single crochet row in Big Twist Purple. And in the corners, I'm probably just gonna do a single crochet, chain 1 single crochet, just to turn the corners. I haven't considered what I'm actually going to make the, well, I have considered, but I haven't settled on what I'm going to make the actual border itself out of, or the bottom of this. Guess we get to find out together when I go to do it. But anyway, this is crazy to me. I'm going to set these aside so that I can make a little bit of tasseling for if I want some tasseling. If not, I'll put it in a bag that I'll start up with just some ends to do stuffing with. Current update. Be back to update more later. Oh, and it's now, well, it's after midnight, so it's currently Tuesday, but I'm still counting it as my Monday because I haven't gone to sleep yet. Still not feeling good, and it is currently Tuesday evening. I decided before I do the border that I'm planning on doing to do 2 single rows, 2 rows of single crochet all the way around the edge. I've got one more side to do on the second. Yeah, it's one of the long sides. And then I'm going to do the border I'm choosing to do and changing the pattern even more how I'm choosing to do it. So I'll see you guys at the outro and the reveal, because I won't be recording too much of any more of this right now. We're just going to work on it and get it done in the next, like, I want it done no later than Thursday morning. I don't see that being a problem. I don't have anywhere to go and anything to do until Thursday. So let's see if I can do it. But I've only got like between 15 and 18 hours into it at the moment. I haven't been rushing it, and I've been doing other things in between. So we're just gonna get it done. Might turn on Netflix and find a docu-series or something. Gotta get up and cook here in a little while too, so then it'll be time for an anime break. We're watching I'll put an image or the words right here. It's the main star is deaf, and she uses Japanese Sign Language, and they had actual people who use Japanese Sign Language help work with the animators to do it correctly. And it's absolutely amazing, and I'm enthralled with it, but we only watch it when Martin and I are together, and we've been watching it at like supper time. We did our last anime series that way. Until, and I don't remember if they ended the whole, no, they didn't end the whole series that way. They didn't end the whole series. It's, there'll be another season of it, but it's not out yet. I want to find out if Delicious in the Dungeon has any more episodes that we haven't seen yet, because for a while there we were watching them every time they came out. But Martin and I also want to, Martin hasn't seen the animated film Wish Dragon or the animated film Elementals. And I want to watch both of those with Martin. We need to watch Inside Out 1 again right before we watch Inside Out 2. And then we're going to watch the 1980s version. I think it was the 80s version of Dune. And then the newer version of Dune. And then Dune 2. Over the next several months. And then there's other movies coming out that we want to see. So, yeah. That's how that's going to go. But I think tonight we're just going to watch the anime with the deaf lady. Again, I'm going to put it right here. I don't remember what the name of it right now is. I have a fever. I don't feel good, and I can't think straight when I don't feel good. So, this is what I'm going to be doing until it tends to be time to get up and heat up the oven to cook the spaghetti squash to go with our meat. And then I think I'm just going to make some gravy. None of that sounds good. I kind of just want a smoothie. I might just have a smoothie. Excuse me, I shouldn't just have a smoothie, but I kind of just want a smoothie. The animals are knocking stuff over. I can hear it from here. Alright. See you guys at the outro. And I think that the wrap turned out amazing. It's exactly everything I wanted. Thank you guys so much for coming back to see the video where I show making it and the reveal.
Aw, dang it.
I absolutely enjoyed being part of the Summer of Romance crochet along. And now I am going to take my hair down and crochet on the hexa cardigan I'm making. I'll see you guys again next Wednesday. Appreciate every single one of you. Thanks so much.